Hey guys, Shane here and welcome to another video. I've got a cool story to share with you. So just recently, my wife and I were pulling down our driveway, and as we were, we noticed that our neighbor, Kevin, was up towards our tree line. We kind of saw him doing this number, and he was talking to our son. So as I pulled all the way down into the driveway towards the house, our son came behind us in his Jeep, and he's like, well, Kevin said he saw something up there, but our son didn't tell us what our neighbor had seen. So I started walking across our yard, and when I got up towards the trees, my neighbor Kevin's like, hey man, you guys want to be careful. You've got bees up in your trees. Thinking bees, like how bad can these bees possibly be? So Kevin's a good guy. He's not lying, right? These bees, they were in a swarm like this, and I'm not joking. It was huge. I'm not a bee guy. I don't know much about bees. So the first thing I do is, what do we do with these, right? I'm questioning. I even asked my wife, what the heck are we supposed to do with these bees? You know, I mean, do we smoke them out? I thought maybe I'll light the fire pit and we'll just smoke them out. So my wife goes and gets her cell phone and she's going to call somebody. Man, we got to find something to do with these dang things. Meanwhile, Kevin and I are just up there drinking beer, looking at these bees. So my wife actually got a hold of a beekeeper, and he literally was like, hey, I'm just crossing into Iowa from Nebraska right now. I'll be there soon. And he's not lying. He was there right away. And this is his business card. His name is Chris Ruhock, and he actually is the owner of Loess Hills Honey Company. And we got to actually have a conversation with him, and Chris was a super great guy. Not only was he very kind and passionate about these bees, but he was also really, really informative and taught all of us a lot. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and turn this video over to Chris from what I caught there. And he actually had his friend show up and helped him get these bees. It's really cool. I really hope you enjoy it. And I did have to tweak the audio just because Chris was a little soft-spoken, but also I wasn't running my microphone. I grabbed my cell phone and put it on a tripod, and that's what we got. So thank you guys for coming along. Stick around towards the end of the video because on the back of Chris's business card, he has some really cool quiz questions. And, you know, I'm going to give you some trivia. All right. So I have a beekeeper who's going to come and take this big swarm of bees off our property right now.
This is the cardboard box. I put a screen on it.
Keep them.
Yeah, I'll put them in a box.
You said the queen's in the middle of there?
Yeah, somewhere in there.
It's going to be awesome.
I'm Chris Ruhock, and I'm with Loess Hills Honey Company. I also serve on the Potawatomi County Conservation Board, and we're out here and we're catching a wild swarm. It's 87 degrees today, and this is a perfect time. It's a little early, but everything's been early a lot lately, so we're just talking about getting ready to capture this swarm. So I'm excited about doing this. So we'll rehive them in the next couple days.
So when we got here today, obviously we called you because we didn't know really what to do. And he came over right away, which was really, really, really awesome. And how many do you think is roughly in the swarm, you said?
Well, normally in the springtime, there can be 20, 30,000 in a spring hive. And so there's probably at least, with this particular hive, I'd say easy 15,000, maybe 20,000 and upwards of 20,000. So it's a pretty large swarm, and probably came from either a neighboring beekeeper. It could be from a tree that they're in, but we'd like to try to capture them as a beekeeper to rehive them in a location where they don't get into a place where they, like a house or a barn that people don't want them in, or just in not the most place where, like, they pick a tree. It's maybe not very good. It might be good now, but in the wintertime, might not be good for them. They could just die then. So we try to do as much as possible to help them out.
That's really awesome. It's going to be interesting because what he's going to do is, do you mind telling them what you're going to do a little bit? Because when I pull back away from it, you're just going to do the job.
Sure,
So,
sure. Well, I've got my ladder up there. It's obviously a fairly easy location. We'll get that up there. We'll try to not disturb them as much as possible. I have a friend coming out, and he's going to help me get up there. We're going to try to get up, and we'll snap off that front of the branch there, and then just enough for us to grab a hold on each side, and then we'll cut the back side. So then we'll take that at that point and hopefully be as easy as possible, gentle, and go down. And I've got a cardboard box. It's got a screen in them. We'll probably sugar them down as we get ready to put them in the box. What that does is actually that, you know, it makes them all sticky, and they start worrying about that and not necessarily flying off and flying away from the groove. So
nice.
That kind of keeps them together a little bit. So that's what we try to do.
And these will be making honey after probably next year, you think?
Yeah, they'll make honey for themselves. Hopefully they'll make enough for in the winter. You have to leave about 40 to 60 pounds of honey, depending on the size of colony, in their box so they can overwinter well. So that means a large hive normally can produce up to 150, 160 pounds of honey, and sometimes we'll take about half of that. And that's just one hive.
So, that's one hive. That's amazing.
Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate this. This is going to be great. It's going to be. We're going to watch it. We're going to keep them going. So I'm liking it.
Well, there was a car.
I'm just gonna spin this off to you.
Oh, are they even moving? They just seem to be very happy.
So easy, because they're so heavy. Yeah, they're just you bet. And then, I'm gonna just. You want to hit them on the other side with this? Okay. Floppers. Watch it, they're just kind of bouncing around here. So.
What are you spraying on them?
Sugar water.
Oh, does that just keep them happy so they stay where they are?
It gets them a little sticky. They don't fly around as much.
Oh, that makes sense.
And they're also worried about.
Let me get the box, Chris, and I'm going to hold it right there.
Oh, okay.
Underneath.
Sure.
And that way, if they do drop,
go ahead and take that down.
Yep. And that way, if they do drop, we're good.
The ladder hasn't shifted back, has it?
Nope.
Okay.
It's you're doing great.
Yeah, they're so
heavy. Yep.
Heavy.
I know. And they let go. And
because I was going to take the branch. Do you think we should just? I don't know that we should dump them.
I would. I personally would take the branch. That's me.
Yeah, I want to take the branch.
Caught on something. Okay, I think I'm.
Okay, just a minute.
Okay.
So
I'm good when you are. Oh, bear with me. Okay, I'm good when you are.
Yes, me too.
You get to it?
I need to get the front first.
Okay.
It was the one that ate. I expected them to
Come this way with the box a little bit.
Okay, towards you.
Just a little.
Okay, right there.
You think that you got sprayed with sugar water. Oh, it's all over them.
Right.
Where'd they go?
Good, good, good. Oh, the bottom part fell in, so, okay. Now. And, okay, go ahead and rock the back and it should come in and you're going to sit and hold them.
When that falls, I expect movement.
Got it or not? You got it? Can you see or not?
You can't see.
I don't want it to slam down. But I think that's the only way we would do it.
So too. Okay, we're in. We're in. That's it. Okay.
Just a minute.
You go right ahead and take your time.
Are they they staying so close because of the queen?
Yeah. Queen's in the box.
Kind of hanging over this side of here. Got her?
Oh, you hear that?
They just went in. I'm just going to kind of fold up this one. Okay. All right. You're set. Is it okay to...
So you want to go grab the
Sugar water?
No, well, I can do that.
Okay.
Maybe the clipper. In the morning, they'll maybe be 50 or 75.
So will you leave the box open like that or no?
No, I'll probably
You
seal it.
just seal it up.
But I won't close this down because I want to keep it to have air.
Oh, definitely. That's. You'll get them wet and then brush them in,
Yeah.
or just pick them up and put them in. Because they're pretty calm now. I mean, I'm standing at your tailgate.
Oh yeah. There's hardly any. I mean, they're all down in here now.
Was
Now
it heavy?
these here, I won't probably get in, but there's some up on. I will. So these will. I'll have to. These will be forfeited. You know, basically.
Yeah.
I may keep. I don't know. I don't know if I want to keep the box in here overnight inside.
Mm-hmm.
I could, and it would capture them. I'll have to. I'm gonna look at the temperature to see when it's gonna be, and they get hot. But,
Oh, yeah.
But it'll be a cooler night, so I think we'll probably be okay. And then they'll stay around because they won't go anywhere because the queen's in there.
How much did they weigh? Were they heavy?
It was a decent size. Let me just tell you that it was decent.
I mean, it was a bulk. Like it felt like a bulk. Like
it was probably 6 pounds, 7 pounds.
see, that's a lot. Because when I think of bees, I don't think they weigh much. You know, so there's that many
the
of
branch
them.
was in there too, but I'd say with that, I'd say it's a 6 pound. So that's easy. Like I said, that's easily 15 or 20,000. Like I said,
Isn't that something?
Yeah, go ahead. I'll give you that back.
All right, I'll take it.
That was on the end.
I'll take it. Bye, guys.
Later. Wherever you are.
Yeah, that's our neighbors. Some of our neighbors. That's the glory of living in a small neighborhood.
Yeah.
Should have seen it. I mean, video is proof and video is always everything, but I'm going to tell you something right now. Video can never, ever really capture, well, at least the way I record things, the true just beauty and size of that. It was so great. So here goes the honeybee trivia. Question: how many bees in a hive? How many bees in a hive? The answer is 50,000 or more. 50,000 or more. Holy crap. Question: how many flowers must a bee tap to make 1 pound of honey? Let me rephrase that. How many flowers must a bee tap to make 1 pound of honey? Ready for this answer? 2 million. 2 million. How far does a hive of bees fly to bring you 1 pound of honey? Over 55,000 miles. How much honey does the worker bee make in her lifetime? 1/10 of a teaspoon. That's amazing. How fast does a honeybee fly? 15 miles an hour. Which Scotch liqueur is made with honey? Or what Scotch liqueur is made with honey? Drambuie. How many wings does a bee have? And the answer is 4. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming along. I hope you enjoyed the video. It was just a lot of fun to see that. It was a last-minute thing. I really want to thank Chris Ruhawk for being a good sport and letting me record him and actually give me that impromptu video. I will really look forward to getting together again with him for his information and for his knowledge, and just because he's an all-around really good guy. Thank you guys so much. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. You see that bell notification, please give it a hit. Thank you so much, and we'll see you guys real soon.
I tried it.
Yeah, you only got 2 hands.
I mean, you know, I'm trying to cut and hold them at the same time, but this will allow me to hopefully do both, and then they don't drop at all. Hopefully, that's the plan.
How much do you
I brought you a beer.
Oh,
It's a PBR.
appreciate it.
That's the only way to go.
Thank you.
Anytime.